Welcome to the world of Oracle decks. If you've ever been curious on how to develop your intuition or simply want guidance that you feel you can't get from anywhere else, however you find tarot readings to be a little too harsh or a little bit too strenuous, Oracle decks are the perfect place to start. There's a number of different decks you can pick from. I have just a few in front of me. You can pick from decks such as angels, colors, crystals, gods, goddesses, or even if you have more specific focuses, they have decks for that. This is going to just give you a general introduction into how to use Oracle decks and how to give yourself readings or even readings for others with them. One of the key things you want to do is when you're picking a deck, you want to make sure it's a deck that resonates with your energy. Because oracles work with universal energy or the energy of, say, angels, fairies, or anything like that, you want to make sure that it resonates with you. One of the easiest ways to do that is if you place a deck in your hand, does it give you a good sensation or a negative sensation? Do you feel happy holding it or do you feel unhappy? If you feel happy, that deck will most likely work with you. Once you get home with your Oracle deck, each Oracle deck comes with a guidebook and then the deck of cards, which you use for the reading themselves. The guidebook is different from deck to deck, depending on who created the Oracle deck. Now again, we're working with energy, we're working with spirit. And when these decks are created by their creators, by the authors, they work very closely with those spirits. So you'll find each individual guidebook has some different guidance in how to work with that individual deck. It's recommended that you read it because that is guidance that is specifically intended for that particular deck. However, do not become blocked by what is in the guidebook. Remember, you're developing your own intuition and your own connection with spirit. Most decks will tell you to clean your deck first. That is something you want to do with any Oracle deck that you're doing, even if it doesn't say so in your guidebook. There's a few different ways you can do that. When you initially open your deck for the first time, you want to bond with your deck. The best way to do that is take each individual card and face it to yourself and just focus on the image. And this will bond the images and the deck to you. Next, when you want to start doing a reading, first you want to center and ground yourself. If you're not familiar with grounding exercises, simply set your intent to ground and connect with the deck. So just simply saying that sentence in your mind, it's my intent to be grounded and connect with the energy of this deck, is good enough for you to then get an accurate reading from it. Some tips that are usually given for clearing decks is you can tap on it 3 times with the fist. You don't want to hit it too hard. So 1, 2, 3. If you have Reiki training or other energetic training, you can always blow a clearing symbol into your deck, like that. And if you don't have any training and this is just something you're engaging in for the first time, remember, have fun with it, don't judge yourself, and don't worry about getting an accurate reading. Another good idea to have is have a white candle lit. White is a pure color, so you're not going to be pulling in any specific color energies. As you notice, I have a color oracle deck here, which works with different colors, giving different healing energies. White is universal, so you want a white candle. And what you can do is you can just rotate your deck over the candle, a few clockwise rotations, and your deck is clear. The other reason you want a candle in the room is because it actually helps bring energy in. It brings all that good energy in. It facilitates you having a more clear reading. If you're unable to light a candle in your environment, do not worry. It will still be an accurate reading. Once you are ready, you may either pick a meditation pose, such as I have on a meditation pillow and a yoga mat. You can sit on your bed. You can sit in your garden. Sitting outdoors to do an oracle reading or any sort of intuitive communication is absolutely wonderful because you are more closely connected with the earth, the energy of the earth, as well as the energy of the spirit around you. Once you've cleared your deck, you've bonded with it, you can focus on a specific intent, a specific message that you would like. You'll find in most guiding cards, like the guidebooks that you get, they give you the option of a number of different spreads. There's 1 card spread, 3 card spread, all the way up to 7 or even a 9 card spread. If you're not comfortable doing a spread, just know that the deck will give you the right amount of cards required. So you can simply set your intent to ask for whatever messages are intended for you in this moment. And the deck will only give you the cards that you are meant to receive. The guidebooks also contain, once you've done your card picking, so I'll give you an example. There are a few different ways to pull cards. You can either fan out the deck like this. If you have a rather large deck, it can be difficult to do the fanning. And simply run your hand over it, and when you feel your hand stiffen over a particular area, wait for it to stiffen even more over a particular card. If you're doing this reading for somebody else, you would ask them to pick a card and just set it aside. Another option is to loosely divide the decks, and you'll find, such as that, the section will not want to go out, and you can continue, and you'll get a feeling for whichever card wants to come out. Or you can do a more traditional shuffling. And again, the cards are very eager to let themselves know when they want to be known. Once you feel like you've got all the cards meant for you, or if you're intending to do a spread and you've got the right number of cards placed in the right order, you simply look at the card. This is the first one we pulled. And the guidebooks are fantastic. And this is one of the big differences between a tarot card reading and an oracle card reading is you have a guidebook that gives you the explanation of the card. It will tell you the card's meaning. Now, when you're using oracle cards to develop your intuition, remember to open up that intuitive mind. So allow messages to just flow through your mind as you look at the card, and messages will come to you. So don't necessarily focus simply on what the guidebook tells you, but also what you're feeling, you're hearing from your inner voice or the voice in the very back of your head. Often messages from spirit, you hear your own inner voice in the forefront of your mind. However, spirit is a voice further back in the head. So I hope you enjoy working with oracle decks and enjoy the messages that you get from them. Remember, have fun. Don't judge the messages that you get. If you feel like the messages aren't accurate, don't take them to heart. Maybe step back for a couple of hours and come back to it later, or simply ask the deck if now's the right time, and you'll get a feeling of either yes or no, and just trust that initial instinct that you get. Enjoy!